Hey everybody, welcome to Barbecue Champs Academy. I tell you what, we had just a great show that just happened with our Clash of the Titans, the ultimate stake showdown between John Lindsey and Shawna Roppolo in an epic head-to-head battle. And I tell you what, I could not be more proud of both of them as they just turned out some amazing stakes, an amazing show, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. We certainly do want to do one of these post parties like we did last week with Terry and Matt. And now we go to the final round, round 3. John Lindsey, the 2019 SCA Points Chase runner-up against Mr. Terry Roan, the 2018 World Champion. It is going to be another epic battle between these two heavyweights. I think John had all he could handle with Shawna. I have never seen him sweat so much in his life. I think he was scared to death of going up head-to-head with Shawna. And we certainly do appreciate everybody watching. Please, if you would, if you're watching our podcast here tonight after this our post-party show, if you would, make sure that you go share that video. We was running well over 200 people for most of the show. We really do appreciate everybody that shared our post to get this out to everybody. And now that it's played, you can always go back and watch. You can go watch episode 1, episode 2. And if you would, please share those episodes so we can continue to push this out. Got a lot of folks already jumping on here. We're going to give everybody just a few seconds to switch over and get in here. Scott, glad to have you with us tonight, brother. I really appreciate you. Carly, Matt Overson, buddy. I tell you what, I appreciate you being here and I appreciate you being part of Barbecue Champs Academy. Mike, appreciate you being here. Mr. Rick, there's Miss Marissa herself. Another great show. I'll have to agree with you. There's Miss Connie. Caitlin, thank you. Appreciate it. We got a whole host of folks coming in, but I don't want to go too much longer. We just want to go ahead and get everybody in. I know that John is in the green room sitting here waiting. Shawna will be here, I think, in just a second. She should be getting close. I see her getting ready. So we're going to just continue to go on. We'll just catch a couple more while Shawna gets set up. Great round 2. Yes, I think so, John. It was just a really, really good show. They had a lot of fun together shooting that. And I tell you what, I hope everybody enjoyed it. Certainly let us know what you think. What a battle. Yeah, I tell you what, it was. And no one was hurt. That's for sure. Mr. Terry, buddy, I tell you what. It's going to be a great show next week between you two heavyweights going toe-to-toe. So, let's see. Awesome show. Ronald Burns, thank you, buddy. I think John did a great job as well. And it looks like Shawna's got set up. So, we're fixing to go ahead and get ready to bring everybody in. Shawna, are you ready back there? If you are, give me a thumbs up. So, I see a thumbs up. So, it is time to get the party started. Hello, Miss Shawna. Hello, Mr. John. How are you guys doing?
Hey, everybody. Good to be here.
Hang on.
Yep, she's still getting ready. Let's see if that one. You just get wherever you need to be. You'll be fine.
I look so light in here.
Oh, it's just the lighting.
Oh, what if I turn it off?
Yeah, you might could turn one of them off. There you go. Well, it's still a little bright.
Now she's turned blue.
Now she's turned blue in there. Get in the dark room, Shawna.
There you go, Shawna.
We did not give no time to prep. I said, I'm bringing you in. So there you go. That looks good, just like that. I noticed somebody said, what's that stuff on Shawna's face? Did y'all see that? I cracked up. I can't remember who it was, but I thought that was absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
I tell you what.
No one sees me like that ever.
I know it. And man, the little trash talk video you threw out on John yesterday, man, I saw that, and you're all hair all straight and makeup. I was like,
ready,
man, what's going on here? That must be to be a showdown going on or something. I was cracking up. And then John throws his out this morning. You two guys and gals, I tell you what, y'all had a great time with this.
Oh man,
this is the first time now that y'all have actually got to see the video. None of our cooks have got a chance to see the video until it came out here. And what did you think about it? John, we'll start. Well, I'll tell you what. Ladies first. Shawna, what did you think about it?
Ladies first. Go ahead, Shawna.
Oh, now ladies first, right? No, I thought it turned out really well. I don't know. It was fun just overall. Like, I don't know. I haven't really, like, comprehended everything and, like, taken it all in because we haven't seen it. And so it was, oh gosh, it was just a lot of fun. I hope we get to do it again. John, is there a rematch maybe soon?
John, she's ready for a rematch, buddy.
Well, before we say anything else, let me just share one thing here. When I first started in the State Cook-Off Association, there were several big names that you always heard. A lot of folks talked a lot, said a lot of trash talking and things going on, some of the upper echelon. But there was one competitor out there, didn't say a whole lot, but she'd beat you just about every time that you put your grill down, and that's Shawna Roppolo. And I had a very much a huge respect for her since day one that I came in, was very envious of her, and got to know her. And I want to tell you, she's not only a great competitor and a fierce competitor, but she's also a wonderful person. And so for me to be able to come up against her, she's done more for the state cooking sport also than most people out there, especially for the female realm. And when I look at her, of course, I see her as a female, but what I'm saying is when I go up against her as a cook, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, whatever, she can beat you. She's good. She's one of the big ones. And so for me to be able to come up against her, and I know you saw the end of this show, got a little emotional on that thing because, you see, this is a passion for me. I'm aggressive with it. I'm excited about it, and it's a passion. This the SCA and cooking and state competitions, and to be able to do this and go up against Shawna and just compete would have been wonderful. But to win, it was even more. And so, Shawna, my hat is off to you, sister. Did an excellent job, and I'd like to have a rematch somewhere down the line. Man, we may sell tickets for the next one.
Yeah, I've already got them. Somebody's posted they're ready for the live show to begin. So it was great. And just to be chosen in the group of competitors that we have now, and Barbecue Champs has completely helped, I think, all of us, and just put everything on a different level. So for John and I to be up against each other, it was just a lot of fun, lots of competition between the four of us. John's a great cook, and and I think Caitlin said something about a live rematch. Here, rematch with a live audience.
It's so much fun, and the camaraderie between all of us, that's the thing. Like even tonight, we haven't seen it, but it was the fun of it, and we're all still friends and still talk, on a daily basis. So that's one of the good things about all this.
Yeah, I will agree. And, I'll tell you what, as the crew, and we've got an amazing crew once again. I've got to give huge props to John and Clint at Fairfield Studio. Right. These guys are so professional at what they do, and to do this with two men and two cameras is absolutely amazing to capture this type of footage. But they're just that talented. And, when they cut all this together and they sent it to me and said, okay, we've got the show out, make some edits how you want to do it. And, there's very little stuff. They know what I'm looking for now. There was a few little things that we had to get right. Some of the footage was not quite in sync. We got all that done. And I'll tell you, the biggest thing to me, John, and brother, I think everybody's seen it at the end. It was emotional for me because I wasn't in here when they were interviewing you there at the very end, and you was practically in tears. If that had went on a few more seconds, I think there was even a part that you just was literally about choked up. It was such an emotional win for you, and what you said to Shawna, I tell you what, y'all are absolutely incredible. The barbecue family and the SCA family is unbelievable. And you could see there was just nothing but respect for Shawna at the end of that. And I was sitting there watching that, and I was like, this is really good, because just one thing about what we really wanted to capture with Clash of the Titans. We didn't want nothing fake. We didn't want nothing staged. Like some of the later episodes of Barbecue Pitmaster, sometimes some of that stuff kind of looked a little staged. I don't know if it was or not, but we just wanted it to be natural. And I thought that was a great moment at the end of that show.
Mm-hmm. Well, with Shawna Joe, she's a class act, but when you have respect for people that you've cooked against, you've seen them out there and they've won and they've been good to you. And there's Ashley Henson. Ashley, which daggum side are you on, man? I thought you started Team Arkansas, brother, bringing taco fuel for Shawna Joe. Here's the deal. This is the Shawna Joe mentality here. Yeah. She can pull people. I got people on my team that's rooting for Shawna Joe tonight. and so, but anyway, heck, she even had me rooting for her for a couple of times there. So, but what I'm saying is, ma'am,
go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying that just a great competition. And man, I'm going to tell you, I never got this in barbecue. Now we talk barbecue and grilling simultaneously, and I love barbecue competitions. Matter of fact, I'm going to cook some. We're going to take Arkansas into barbecue this year, but I'm going to tell you, I just can't hardly step away from steak cooking in the SCA. There's a mentality out here. And see, Shawna was here when this thing was earlier than I was. Maybe not exactly when it started, but she's a veteran. Mm-hmm. And so she remembers what they call the old days. Now, I think people sometimes give me a little hard time because they think because I came in 2017 that I'm a newbie of some sort. Well, I've been here and paid every due that anybody else has paid. I've cooked the contest. I've cooked the 60 and 70 a year. I put the miles in and the wins in. But when you look at someone like Shawna, she remembers when it started. It's in that mentality of the SCA, that family, and that SCA family bonding together. You could see it here, Mike. You could see it in all of these competitions we had, from Matt Overson, Terry Rohn, me and Shawna, and it just brings people together. And I'm just so excited to be here, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, thank you both for being part of Barbecue Champs Academy, and I tell you what, it was close, 0.4 of a point. I added that up. I was like, holy cow! And it literally came down to the doneness, Shawna. If you had just got your doneness a speck higher, you missed it, and that was that you crushed it.
I'll tell you from that day, we've discussed some things and. That has changed my doneness game. So thank you, John, for making me.
She shigged off of me. Is what she done.
I know. Wait a minute. You're the one about broke her arm and lifted it up and
she
shigging.
Just now said she shigged off of me. See there?
Hang on. Who was looking over whose shoulder?
Yeah, who was about to lift your arm up? And I was like, what's he doing? He's fixing to knock her out of the way and get to her grill. What's going on here?
All fair and state competition. You know
so there's two things. A friend of mine, Chuck Evans and Mike Berry just texted me together, of course, and said, well, I know what's wrong. You didn't have a cap on and you didn't have beer in your hand. So I'm not sure. Regular cook-off. But John, I've got a question. Where's do we still have the shirt?
Oh, I've got the shirt, but trust me. Hey, let me tell you, I told you if you beat me that day, I was putting the shirt on.
Yeah. Now, you would have too.
Yeah, and I would have put it on too.
Yeah.
But I'm not touching that shirt until she beats me again.
Okay, we're live in front of how many people?
Right now, 63.
Championship is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Can we put a bet? Can we put a bet on wearing that shirt at the championship?
Let me sleep on that.
Yeah, you better watch her, John.
Yeah,
them big competitions, she does really good at. So,
well, trust me. Now, I don't mind wearing that shirt because I have all the respect in the world for Shawna Joe. And Shawna, if you beat me at the World Championship this year, I'll put that shirt on.
There
you go. And then I tell you what, somewhere down the line, we're gonna have to do this again. Now she beat me. Look, I beat her by 0.4 of a point. Now I'm going to tell you, there wasn't any losers here.
No.
Now, when I go into a steak competition, I'm looking for every edge, every advantage, and I'm sticking with my steak till I get it done. And there's some things that I probably could have done different here. I cooked this steak like I would. As you saw Matt Overson last week, Matt Overson made a statement. He's a smart cook. Matt said, I'm going to put a little extra pop here. I'm going to do, you remember the episode.
Yeah.
Now, what he was doing, and he understood, and he thought of maybe a little farther than I did. I had my flavor profile, of course, Archisipi combo flavor, good balanced flavors. I tried to make the least offensive steak on the ground. I didn't put any extra pop. I wanted it just like I do in a competition. But there is where I probably should have added just a little bit of extra pop, wowed the judges just a little bit more for that flavor pop. But I was a little afraid to do it in this setting. Probably would have helped, though. Now, Shawna, on the other hand, did that.
Yes.
But I knew if I could hit doneness, I knew if I could hold that doneness line, and I was hitting doneness pretty good at that time. And everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy because I was taking it off at a little bit higher temperature than some of the others. But I wasn't. I've done practice too much. I knew that I was going to have done this, and then everything else would have to fall where it may. And so there wasn't a loser here.
No.
Shawna, you did an excellent job. I tasted your
the whole flavor profile. That flavor profile. It's no matter what, and that's what I've always said and saying in my class and everything. Like it's that judge has one bite.
Yeah.
And yes, flavor profiles, the trends change. We've seen it with doneness. We've seen it with flavor. I've seen it with flavor over the years. Almost every year, it goes back and forth from one, bland to sweet to spicy, bold. So you just got to figure out what that trend is. But no matter where I go, they're getting, just a full flavored steak. And because now the judges travel. So we'll be in Texas, but you may have a judge from Illinois, Florida. You don't know where they're coming from. So you find something that works for you and give it to them every time. And just have a good tasting steak. Make them want to come back for that second bite.
Yeah.
Because that's, even though you've got to hit all your other marks, to me, taste it's a weighted category. So in my opinion, that's one place you can make up some points.
Yeah. And you did on yours. Your taste scores is what almost won that for you. Your taste and your appearance. You had really, really good appearance scores as well. And I did doneness. If you're doneness,
when I put it in, I was lacking on that. And that's a hard category. You've got to hit it. Like you have to.
And it was really
the ultimate thing is you have the 5 categories. And if we just went on one, it would be wonderful because we would all be one. But we got to get them all and get a balance in each one of them, and that's what brings it to the top.
Yeah,
and it's hard, isn't it, Shawna, to be able to balance.
It's very hard because this week I can do great on flavor and appearance. Texture and doneness is off, and then next week, okay, let's work on that. Well, then I get my doneness, but they don't like my flavor that week. So when and that's why it's so hard to do so well, because it fluctuates, and if you don't stay up with the trends and what's changing and what the judges are liking, you're not going to do as well. So listening to everybody's helpful, which is a good thing about the SCA. We all help each other. So I'm excited when you win. You're excited when I win. We're coaching people, we're helping people. Everybody's our family and friends.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. It really is. And what was so unique about this that y'all have never had this happen before is every single category was judged down to the 10th of a point, and the steaks were judged head to head. Who turned out the best steak?
Yes, that's not in SCA. Like we don't do that. So and that was the fun part of it because we truly had a head to head. They were able to see and judge each other's off of that, and you heard in all their comments, our flavors were great, but the doneness was off, and that's because they were judging head to head.
Head to head, yeah. And they even knew the doneness was off and the texture wasn't quite what it needed to be. So, we spent literally over an hour, going over, with these judges exactly what to look for. The picture of the steak, we had the picture just sitting right there by it. We laminated it where it would have that beautiful color to it. And I said, you look at that color and you look at them two steaks and you judge who nailed that the closest to what that perfect medium was. And I think, looking at the scores, once again, like Matt and Terry, looking at y'all's scores, they were very, very even across the board in every category. And to me, that's all you can ask for in judging. It wasn't all over the place. It was pretty close scoring. And I just think that the whole setup, the way it all went, I thought was wonderful. Shawna, your appearance and your taste would have won it for you had your doneness got there. And hats off to you. I mean, and that's what makes the competition so tough. It literally comes down to one single thing. I've seen first place to fifth place be separated by less than a point, and it's just like, oh, I just needed one more point and I would have had first, and that's what makes it so tough.
And everybody has the nemesis category.
Yeah.
The one category that gives you more trouble. Did you know, Mike, if I had an average of 1.5 points more this year on the contest I had cooked on texture, just on texture, I would have won 10 contests.
Wow.
Texture has killed me from the start to the finish this year. And as I talk to more people, and that's the good news about being able to be out here and doing what we're doing, is we get to talk to folks and we get to, get to help new people. And that's what this is all about. That's why we do what we do. It's right. Exciting to be able to do that. But as I talk to more people, lots of folks have that texture problem, or they have that one category that's their nemesis, that is the major problem with their steaks. And so you just have to buckle down and work on it,
right?
And work on them. And I'm like Shawna, sometimes these the judging doesn't really reflect. You may do the same exact thing to a steak this week as you did last week, but last week your texture was perfect, and this week, even with the same exact feel to the steak, everything, now they're giving you a 45 instead of 49. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but you just got to keep picking away at it, chipping away, and keep going.
Yeah, that's kind of what Danny said. It all depends on the steak. The steak can change all the time.
And it all depends on the day and the table of judges you're on, too.
Yeah, it really does.
You've got to learn to, as you're in it, especially as new cooks, you've got to learn to be comfortable with what you do, how you do it, and be confident that what you're doing works. It's not going to work every time, but it's going to work enough to get you where you are. And there's people out there to help you with those steps that you aren't getting at that point. Just be confident. It's okay if we go to a cook-off and the steaks are terrible, or you did bad and doneness or flavor. Don't change that flavor every single time because you didn't do good. You're not going to do good every time. So if you're confident, if you do what you want to do, like what's good for you, it's just about confidence, being comfortable, finding your ways. So you can take all of our classes. We can tell you the processes and what we do, but find what works for you, and take that and take things from every one of us and fix it to your standards and what you like and how you feel comfortable out there cooking. Because I can promise you, if you watch John and I at a cook-off, we are totally opposites. I have a very relaxed timeline. I have, I'm walking around, I'm talking. And not John does that too, but it's a joke with like Danny Helms and Terry, Roan, and everybody that I just walk around and hang out. And then it's like, oh, crap, here I go. I got to go cook a steak. If I don't, that's me. That's what works for me because I don't overthink the whole process.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm there. We know what we're doing. We know how to do it, but we got to be comfortable in our own skin and what we're doing cooking a steak. So,
and you know what, Mike?
What I do, and you can't go off of what John does. You have to go off of figure out what works for you. And if you need different timelines, get those different timelines and stick by them.
Right.
But take our processes. But so every one of us is different. But you just got to find out what works for you and deal with the different, what happens, the stakes, the weather, just everything, and adapt to it. And just have fun, have fun. And if you overthink things, that's where we get ourselves in trouble.
I noticed there was John said that somewhere in the middle of that. I don't want to overthink it.
Right.
And I heard you say that in this, and you're exactly right. I don't want to overthink it. So,
well, at the end of the day, of course, I got a little silver bullet and a secret weapon that other people don't have, and that's Mr. Hotty Toddy himself, Ronald Burns. Because when I get a little bit off kilter, I can get Ronald on the phone. He can talk me through it. You need to be talking to folks. You need somebody that's out there cooking.
Right.
Like I have my team. I've got Ronald. I've got all these folks that are excellent cooks. And Shawna Joe's got the same ones that you can get on the phone. If you saw that video back there, it was almost 3 against 1 because you saw Matt Overson, Terry gathered around Shawna's table and me over by myself. Now, John Walter's sitting just right outside the category. But like I said, I felt a little bit ganged up on. But anyway, there you go. Shawna, you took the wrong advice. See, that's what happened on that.
Even though you won, you see, it's still what? Silly boys.
Steaks girls. She's not going to let you live that down. So, you know that.
Well, I want to say there's 2 things I want to say about this, and then I'll just leave it here. But I've got a couple little sayings here. Number 1, Shawna Joe, grilling's for guys.
Uh-oh.
That's number 1. Number 2, just have fun and cook a steak, Mike Steele.
That's it. Just have fun. That's it. Right. You better stick with that one. You're going to be a lot safer with that one. So,
and that's why we're all friends and we have fun, and that's what it's all about. But I am ready for a rematch.
He's ready for a rematch. And the thing,
Mike, you might could put that together sometime.
I probably could. I got a feeling I'm going to have to. I done saw Matt. He's ready to jump back in again. So. I don't know. I think that's the big thing. And here we go, Shawna. Hold Shawna, hold that beer higher. So, oh goodness. But I don't know. I just think that's the great part. And you're talking about having people to talk to, and that's the one thing I love about y'all's classes. Now that we have everybody getting into the all access, nobody gets left out. They're asking y'all these questions and talking to you and putting pictures of their steak and asking about this and asking about that. So that has really opened up to where it's a lot better to get the if they're cooking your class, to get the information from you. You can get really sidetracked in this, and I've had several customers that have told me this, that, I went and I listened to this person, and I listened to that person, and I listened to this person told me this, and this person told me that, and by the time I cooked 6 competitions, I was so confused, I didn't know what to do. I have had countless people tell me that, but then I went and took a class, John's, Shawna's, Matt's, Terry's, Allen's, and it's all of a sudden it reeled them in. They had the focus, they had the private group for the support, and they literally got out and started having top 10 calls consistently. And to me, that is what Barbecue Champs, I think, brings to the table. About the classes, talking about your class, Shawna, talking about hers. And we did that, just because we're hoping that there is new people that, everybody that's going to watch this show is not going to be an SCA state competition cooker. Right. We're going to have some backyard people that's going to see this. So we're hoping they see the fun that you guys have. And then if you want to get into it, hey, there's classes available that will give you the fast track to be able to come in and compete with anybody. And to me, it's literally, for me, it was all the ways about giving back to the sport of barbecue and steak. That's the whole purpose of doing all of this. And John asked me the other day, what's it going to take for you to what's going to be the break even for you on doing this? And I was like, I'm not going to make nothing off of this. I mean, if we were to sell this now out to maybe a TV content company, which we are working on, we possibly we'll cover the cost then. But this cost a lot of money to do these 3 episodes, and it wasn't about sometimes it's not always about the money, right? Sometimes it's just about just bringing the spotlight to the sport. And over time, we're hoping, thanks to some wonderful customers that we have that continue to come back and buy our classes, and we're so thankful. I say it all the time from the bottom of my heart. I thank everybody for the support that y'all have given us at Barbecue Champs Academy. And it just allows us to continue to do what we do and continue to bring in new cookers and everything else. So, but to me, that's what it's all about. And
and once you're, and you buy our class now, it's the all access. And as we we touched on it, but I do want to throw in there of we changed them to the all access, regardless, the one price. And so. And now I've jumped on board with the other guys and released my steak seasoning out there. So I've got the Sassy Joe's Rhinestone Steak Shake, and I'll be putting that's mine. And we're just talking about the backyard cookers. We want something. That's where I was kind of a focus too, as wanting something that's just as good for the backyard cookers, because I know there's more of those out there than competitors. We're a very small percentage that competes. So you got to find that niche of people. So the backyard, and I've got the combo that I run, the SJ competition package now. So that's what I ran in Blanchard. We're having it, so now on my all access, everybody on that Facebook page will know exactly what I run and how I do that.
Your newest recipes.
That's just a perk of having that all access, being able to tell everybody, you've taken my class, everything I do, so here's the next step. So you get my rub, and this is what we're going to do. You're welcome, to try it. So that's just, just the little perks. And I know, John does the videos, and that's great, because that's how we help promote and help everyone out there with not being individualized. You're helping everybody that's taking your class, and that says a lot, I think, about all of us that teach. Because we want everybody to do good.
Right. Well, the thing is, what I really like, John has already showed, I didn't have all of my Archisippy rubs, boom, 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 when I came out, when I first did my class, but he put a video in his private Facebook page. Here's what I'm doing now. Terry Rohn had been working on some stuff. He released, I finally have perfected it. How do I go about, I want to release this out and put it in your deal. So he did that. You've got a new rub that you're coming out with. So you are actually, and that wasn't part of it. Y'all don't have to do that, but y'all are, and y'all want to continue to see your students continue to do good and to improve.
Well, the people that took my class, I want them to be winners, Mike. Look, I could have it took me all this time, and I'm just going to be honest with you, $179 it's nothing compared to what it's cost me driving all night long, 60 and 70 contests a year trying to perfect this technique. Same way with Shawna. But the thing about it is this. If I was going to do this class, I was going to give it 100%, just like I do everything else. And if I was going to hold anything back, I wouldn't have gave the class. I would have just let somebody else do it. But I put my technique out. I put the tips and the tricks and everything I had, from either the temperature of putting the steak on to how to make that appearance that you just saw, that steak that went in that box. There's tricks to all that, and it's in my class. And the thing that I feel like, and I'm going to say this, and it may not, but I'm going to say this. I think it's good to take all the classes, but I think when you take a class, give yourself enough time to perfect that technique, and then move to the next class of your choice. And then instead of trying to just switch everything up, take the things one from the other and figure out which technique works for you, and take bits and pieces that make it better for you. And if you can do that, I think you can be a winner. And Barbecue Champs is a part of that. And I think that's why, Shawna, I don't know about you, but I think that's why we're saying the competition where we go to anymore is so stiff. Now, we're cooking against where I'm at. I don't know that I've cooked less than, we've got 50 to 75 to 80 competitors everywhere we went this year. So that makes it tougher in itself, but the competition is fierce. So, and I think Barbecue Champs is added to that, Mike. I think that's
absolutely has. When we first started in SCA was 2014. State Cook-Offs has been around forever, but SCA has been around since 14. I started in 15. Oh, the competition, is crazy, from what it was. I remember us coming in as the very first cook-off. A first-time cooker now is worlds away from a first-time cooker in 2014 and 15. We didn't even know what grill grates were when we walked up to our first competition. We literally ran to Academy, tried to get whatever we could because we didn't know. We literally walked up, said we like to cook steaks, and started cooking. Now, and which is fine, but we learned. I learned from knowing nothing, only the few people around you that would help you. So, and I think that's great that we're here and allowing and wanting people to come in as first timers, knowing what they're doing.
Right.
Because we learned the hard way. And I'm not saying it's hard learning because you still have to learn. Right. But there's ways out there, and these classes are just it's so much better. It's really taken the steak world to a different level. Because you can come in and know exactly what you're doing. You're not. I would say now you're not going to waste your $150 walking up to your first competition.
Right.
Because you've got just as good a chance as winning as I do.
Yeah. Here's Sean saying Johnson's authentic, great even for this backyard grill. Sean, are you?
Thank you, Sean.
You don't do competition, do you, Sean? If I recall, you're just a backyard cooker. Is that right? Let us know. And but and we've got a lot of backyard people that are taking our classes, and that's what we want.
Well, it don't matter if you're cooking in the backyard or where you're cooking. If you're cooking in the backyard, I want you to be the king or queen of your cul-de-sac.
Of your neighborhood, that's right.
I want you to be the very best you can be, and that's why I didn't hold anything back, and Shawna didn't either. And
everybody laid it out. Yep. All right, so I've got a question for everybody. John Lindsey going up against Shawna Roppolo. Going up against Terry Roan. Who do y'all think's going to win this next series? I'm just kind of curious. Woo! Here we go. Let's put some people in the hot seat because that's a head-to-head battle of some Titans right there.
What did John Bolton say? What's the Vegas odds? Why don't we?
The over/under. Now, John, we're gonna have to go back and count this off and see how many times you said brother. I know of at least a couple times I heard it. Yeah, so I know there was.
I never even said tacos.
And you never did. So you crushed everybody on the tacos, and John Lindsey failed big time on the brother. So I think the over under was 3.5.
That's probably only because there was a female he was cooking against.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
I'm going to say this about and Shawna. I know you've cooked against Terry a lot and with Terry. Terry cooked about, I don't know how many, he's cooked probably 25 contests out of my trailer. We would set up together and it was hot and me and Terry would just combine and we would cook together. We had a little air conditioning going on in there. And so, I got to cook a lot with Terry Roan and have the utmost respect for Terry Roan. The kind of world champion Terry Roan is the year he won the world championship. He won 8 first-place wins and then went on to win the world. I don't know any more of a way to validate than that.
That is Terry. Yeah, Terry's one of my best friends and great guy. I've cooked with him many, many times. Yeah, and that year was so. I even looked at the video the other day. I was videoing awards, and I started like crying when Terry won the awards, won the championship. Like it just, because that's how excited we are for each other in this. But yeah, such a great cook, and so you do have your hands full, but
it's going to be tough.
You are both great cooks, and you deserve to be where you're at next week for sure.
But you know, when you get beat by somebody like Shawna Roppolo or Terry Roan, what have you lost? I mean, you've been beat by the best in the world. I mean,
that's right.
You know, and so I won't have anything to be ashamed of if he beats me down, but I'm going to give it everything I got. I promise you.
Yeah. Well,
won't leave anything. Hey, I won't leave anything on the table down in Louisiana.
Y'all are going to bring it all. That's for sure. And
that's right. You see what's behind me, John?
Yeah, I see that.
Right there.
Look,
somebody was asking about them deer back there, Shawna. Who killed them?
I know. I can't even claim to have those.
Okay.
That's Rachel's deer. I'm at David house.
Okay. Okay.
I can't even claim that they're mine.
Hey, Shawna.
Yeah.
You see what's right here?
I see
there
it.
You go. We like it down south.
Look, I don't even have anything to put up right now.
Goodness gracious.
I keep seeing comments of taco trucks at Final.
Yes. Taco trucks, pickle nachos. Yeah, I think I messed up when I said, "Have you ever made put pickles on there for the chips?" And what did she do? She goes out, slices up pickles, and made nachos with pickles as the chip. I was like, I got it
like a fried pickle. Like it was good. See, I'm willing to try it all.
I know it. Well, I tell you what, I am really looking forward to coming to the World Championship. I will be there on Saturday, March the 13th. We're working to try to get our film crew out there as well. And we have a special presentation that we're going to be giving out to the winner of Barbecue Champs Clash of the Titan. We're going to present it at the World, and we're really hoping to be able to capture that on some footage as well. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. Y'all are wonderful customers. I appreciate it. It seems like I just know so many of you. I know the names, but I don't know the faces, because I don't cook in the SCA. It's not like the barbecue stuff, but I am looking forward to meeting everybody, and I'm I'm just really blessed to be in a position that I have been for the last, we're coming up close to almost 2 years now. We started in June the 28th, 2019. And Shawna was right there from the very, very get-go. So she was the third person that I ever even talked about to come in on Barbecue Champs. And I'm glad to have you here from the beginning, Shawna and John. Y'all mean a lot.
It's definitely an honor. So I'm glad you asked. It's been a great adventure so far.
Yeah, that's
it. Andy, I don't.
Andy Williams, I'll have the shirt. I promise you that, brother. I will have the shirt down there. It's on now. World Championship. Let's see where. Hey, we'll see. Let's see if she'll put mine on when we win the thing. Let's see that.
John, I know somebody that'll make that for you.
But you might sabotage it before it's over with.
No.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna tell you. Keep on. We're going to have some bets going on the side of this.
Oh, I can already see it. I got a feeling. Shawna's done called you out now. She beat you at World. You're going to be sporting that beautiful hot pink T-shirt. So make sure that you carry it. And she surprised me. She said, well, reach down underneath the table. I thought you want me to get rubs or something since you had your rubs in your hand. And when I reached down there and I saw that shirt, I was like, oh, my gosh, this is great right here. This is awesome. So
this isn't anywhere, but I didn't know who I was going to be up against when we did all this. So we can't let Matt and Terry out too easy on this because they have a shirt as well.
Oh,
I'll give them mine. I don't need it anymore.
Okay. So what we need to do is maybe we'll just do a little post party with everybody next week, and then Shawna, you can call all the boys out and say, if I beat all y'all all wearing a shirt. So
I might just have to do that because they all have one and they're all pink.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That would be something, a picture of me, Terry Roan, and Matt Overson in pink shirts there.
Yeah, that
Shawna,
would.
you could hang that on your wall for a
Oh,
while.
shit. Yeah, it'll be sported very big. I promise you. There'll be the big blow up on the wall of that. Well, I have absolutely enjoyed it. I think that everybody loved the show. We appreciate all of our customers, everybody that watched it. Once again, if you would, that video is now posted permanently on our Facebook page. If you would, please go and share that. Everybody that's on here, we have 52 people on here right now. Take you 5 seconds. You're still here. Just go over there on our Facebook page. Go in there and click it. Write something about it. Just say, awesome show sucked, whatever you think. Everybody seemed to like it. I want the honest opinion. And if y'all would, help us get that out because we want as many people to watch this. And I just think it helps us get the word out for episode 3, which is coming up next week, 7 o'clock next Tuesday, the Tuesday before the World Championship, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be between Mr. John Lindsey, 2018 SCA Points Chase runner-up, and Mr. Terry Roan, 2018 World Champion, in a head-to-head epic battle that was absolutely phenomenal. I gave Terry a new nickname, and you will see it next week because I've never seen nothing like it, and you'll see it next week. So I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Let's see if we got any closing comments here. Mr. Damon Blue, hey brother, how you doing? Man, you don't understand how much I miss you. I was over in Irving, Texas this weekend, the only person from Louisiana, and I'm like, where is my buddy Blue at? And I got over there and got my butt absolutely handed to me. So where's my boy at? Where's Damon at? Damon, man, get yourself in here, brother.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Man, I'm telling you, I'm missing you, brother. I mean, I was over there and I wanted to go take a picture of your decal stills on the trailer, and I was like, man, I'm missing my Louisiana family. They're sending me over here by myself, and I was like, what have I done got myself into? So
That's right.
I miss you, brother. I really do. Congratulations on your son making it to LSU. Awesome job. I know you cannot be more proud of him, and I know where your heart's going to be. Your heart's going to be watching him at the football game. So yeah, I'm gonna try to hold the fort down, and if I'm screwing up, I may have to call you to come cook for me. So anyway, but give our love to Rachel as well. Anyway, it's going to be a great show next week. I'm looking forward to it. Once again, guys, if y'all would go over there, hit that share button of that Clash of the Titans episode 2 that just posted up. Get that out to as many people as you can. I know a lot of times people just don't want to do stuff, and it takes a second. If y'all would, it would really help us out to get this out. Popcorn and beer for next Tuesday. I'll have my Coke and a beer, my Coke and my popcorn. I don't drink, and everybody knows that, but I will certainly be sitting there with my big old glass of Coke, or more than likely sweet tea.
After the
popcorn.
showdown next week, Mike, you might start. I don't know.
No,
it's gonna be okay.
No, I'm gonna stick with my tea and my popcorn. Yeah. It's gonna be a great show. Scott, always appreciate you being here. Sonny, Matt, thank you, buddy. Looking forward to seeing everybody at World March the 13th. We're gonna try to be there all day. We really appreciate all of our customers. We appreciate all of our fans. We appreciate everybody that watches our podcast. And any closing thoughts, Shawna?
No, I think it was good. We had a great audience, great time. It's all just a wonderful thing. Can't wait till going to Weatherford this weekend for Jason's cook for one last practice before World, and then we will see everybody next week in Fort Worth.
Sounds good. John, what you got, buddy?
I want to
Closing
thank
thoughts.
everybody for watching and making this possible. Mike Steele, thank you for this platform with Barbecue Champs. It's really helped me to get my brand out. Appreciate Team Arcasipi. We got a bunch of them on here tonight, each and every member. Thank you for supporting me and our product. It means so much. We love every one of you, and we're proud of every one of you. And for Shawna Roppolo, Shawna, you're one of my heroes. And all jokes aside, I give you a hard time. But I want to tell you something. It was my honor and pleasure, and just tickled to death to have been able to be a part of this with you. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity.
Absolutely. It's been
Absolutely.
great knowing you. We learned from each other. You're a great cook, and it was fun cooking against you, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
That sounds great. Well, we're going to get everybody together, obviously, for some photo shoots for Barbecue Champs Clash of the Titans. When we are there, we'll have everybody together, you two, Terry and Matt. It's just going to be a great show. I think a lot of people are going to really like that. I think it was a perfect timing coming in right before World. I think the timing worked out really good. And I think it's going to be a great deal leading up to the World. So I appreciate everybody. Let's keep John and his family in our thoughts and prayers. If you want to know more about it, just go check out his Arcasippy Smoke Live show. He talked a little bit about it last night. And if y'all are not watching that, which I think everybody on here probably is, but John, you do such a great job with that, you and Ronald Burns. And I'm looking forward to meeting Mr. Hottie Toddy himself. I've never got a chance to meet him, but he sure seems like a great guy.
You'll never be the same after you meet him.
That's good. That's good. Well, I have absolutely enjoyed it. To all of our listeners tonight, we love you. We appreciate you. And as we always say when we close out our class, have a lot of fun